Gorillas are herbivorous, predominantly ground-dwelling great apes that inhabit the tropical forests of equatorial Africa. The genus gorilla is divided into two species, the eastern gorilla and the western gorilla, and either fur conservation efforts have been successful in some areas where they live. The word gorilla comes from the history of Hanno the Navigator, a Carthaginian explorer on an expedition to the West African coast to the area that later became Sierra Leone. Members of the expedition encountered savage people, the greater part of whom were women, whose bodies were hairy, and whom our interpreters called gorilli. It is unknown whether what the explorers encountered were what we now call gorillas, another species of ape or monkeys, or humans. Skins of gorilla women, brought back by Hanno, are reputed to have been kept at Carthage until Rome destroyed the city 350 years later at the end of the Punic Wars, 146 BC. The American physician and missionary Thomas Stoughton Savage and naturalist Jeffries Wyman first described the western gorilla in 1847 from specimens obtained in Liberia. They called it troglodytes gorilla, using the then current name of the chimpanzee genus. The species name was derived from ancient Greek, gorillae, tribe of hairy women. The closest relatives of gorillas are the other two homininy genera, chimpanzees and humans, all of them having diverged from a common ancestor about 7 million years ago. Human gene sequences differ only 1.6% on average from the sequences of corresponding gorilla genes, but there is further difference in how many copies each gene has. Until recently, gorillas were considered to be a single species, with three subspecies: the western lowland gorilla, the eastern lowland gorilla, and the mountain gorilla. There is now agreement that there are two species, each with two subspecies. More recently, a third subspecies has been claimed to exist in one of the species. The separate species and subspecies developed from a single type of gorilla during the Ice Age, when their forest habitats shrank and became isolated from each other. Wild male gorillas weigh 136 to 227 kilograms, 300 to 500 pounds, while adult females weigh 68 to 113 kilograms, 150 to 250 pounds. Adult males are 1.4 to 1.8 m, 4 feet 7 inches to 5 feet 11 inches, tall, with an arm span that stretches from 2.3 to 2.6 m, 7 feet 7 inches to 8 feet 6 inches. Female gorillas are shorter at 1.25 to 1.5 m, 4 feet 1 inch to 4 feet 11 inches, with smaller arm spans. Colin Groves, 1970, calculated the average weight of 42 wild adult male gorillas at 144 kilograms, while Smith and Jungers, 1997, found the average weight of 19 wild adult male gorillas to be 169 kilograms. Adult male gorillas are known as silverbacks due to the characteristic silver hair on their backs reaching to the hips. The tallest gorilla recorded was a 1.95 meters, 6 feet 5 inches, silverback with an arm span of 2.7 meters, 8 feet 10 inches, a chest of 1.98 meters, 6 feet 6 inches, and a weight of 219 kilograms, 483 pounds, shot in Alambongo, northern Kivu in May 1938. The heaviest gorilla recorded was a 1.83 meters, 6 feet 0 inches, silverback shot in Ambom, Cameroon, which weighed 267 kilograms, 589 pounds. 21. Males in captivity can be overweight and reach weights up to 310 kilograms, 683 pounds. Western gorilla, gorilla, and eastern gorilla, Gorilla beringii. The eastern gorilla is more darkly colored than the western gorilla, with the mountain gorilla being the darkest of all. The mountain gorilla also has the thickest hair. The western lowland gorilla can be brown or grayish, with a reddish forehead. In addition, gorillas that live in lowland forest are more slender and agile than the more bulky mountain gorillas. The eastern gorilla also has a longer face and broader chest than the western gorilla. Like humans, gorillas have individual fingerprints. Their eye color is dark brown, framed by a black ring around the iris. Gorilla facial structure is described as mandibular prognathism, that is, the mandible protrudes farther out than the maxilla. Adult males also have a prominent sagittal crest. Gorillas move around by knuckle walking, although they sometimes walk upright for short distances, typically while carrying food or in defensive situations. A 2018 study investigating the hand posture of 77 mountain gorillas at Bwindi Impenetrable National Park, 8% of the population, found that knuckle walking was done only 60% of the time, and they also supported their weight on their fists, the backs of their hands/feet, and on their palms/soles, with the digits flexed. Such a range of hand postures was previously thought to have been used by only orangutans. Studies of gorilla handedness have yielded varying results, with some arguing for no preference for either hand, and others right-hand dominance for the general population. Studies have shown gorilla blood is not reactive to anti-A and anti-B monoclonal antibodies, which would, in humans, indicate type O blood. Due to novel sequences, though, it is different enough to not conform with the human ABO blood group system, into which the other great apes fit. Gorillas have a patchy distribution. The range of the two species is separated by the Congo River and its tributaries. The western gorilla lives in west-central Africa, while the eastern gorilla lives in east-central Africa. Between the species, and even within the species, gorillas live in a variety of habitats and elevations. Gorilla habitat ranges from montane forest to swampland. Eastern gorillas inhabit montane and submontane forests between 650 and 4,000 m, 2,130 and 13,120 feet, above sea level. Mountain gorillas live in montane forests at the higher end of the elevation range, while eastern lowland gorillas live in submontane forests at the lower end. In addition, eastern lowland gorillas live in montane bamboo forests, as well as lowland forests ranging from 600 to 3,308 m, 1,969 to 10,853 feet, in elevation. Western gorillas live in both lowland swamp forests and montane forests, at elevations ranging from sea level to 1,600 meters, 5,200 feet. Western lowland gorillas live in swamp and lowland forests ranging up to 1,600 meters, 5,200 feet, and cross-river gorillas live in low-lying and submontane forests ranging from 150 to 1,600 m, 490 to 5,250 feet. Females mature at 10 to 12 years, earlier in captivity, and males at 11 to 13 years. A female's first ovulatory cycle occurs when she is 6 years of age, and is followed by a 2-year period of adolescent infertility. The estrous cycle lasts 30 to 33 days, with outward ovulation signs subtle compared to those of chimpanzees. The gestation period lasts 8.5 months. Female mountain gorillas first give birth at 10 years of age and have 4-year interbirth intervals. Males can be fertile before reaching adulthood. Gorillas mate year-round. Females will purse their lips and slowly approach a male while making eye contact. This serves to urge the male to mount her. If the male does not respond, then she will try to attract his attention by reaching towards him or slapping the ground. 60. In multiple